Oh, I've got a feeling that spring is in the air. Oh, well, I say that. It's bloody cold and it's definitely still winter, but I've got a spring in my step. Good morning, lovely people. I'm Dave Keeffe and this is ABL Reselling. It's Sunday morning. It's a touch before 6 o'clock and we're off boot sailing. It's bloody freezing though. I think we're going to have to be snapping some sellers off the merchandise this morning. Staying local again today, not going so far, and I may well be meeting up with a superstar reseller. Watch this space. Feeling very prepared today. Got some change, got my money. I haven't got a coffee though. My admin really isn't all on point. I've run out of coffee pods, and I've run out of coffee, and I've run out of milk all at the same time. It's just shocking. It's not good enough, Dave. It's not good enough. If you were watching Saturday Night Live last night on the Night's Live channel, you'll have seen that I posted that I was going out partying last night. I did actually go out partying last night, but I had one alcoholic beverage. So I feel fresh as a daisy this morning. I did actually get a bit of an early night as well on a Saturday night. Such is the life of a UK reseller. I'm crossing over into waffling territory again, so let's just get on the road and see what we can find. Oh, it looks like another busy one. I've just had proper FOMO as well because I've seen somebody who is probably a reseller already go back to the car with a full trolley. Yes, FOMO. Let's get into it. How much are your baby carriers as well?
30 quid.
30.
There's 70 quid to buy.
Yeah. How much is your body warmer, pal?
He wants 15 for that.
15.
Yeah.
Hey there, man.
Long time.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Today, yeah.
For sure, mate. Where's your big coat?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was alright today. Last week was nice.
Yeah.
Nothing so far.
No, I've only just landed.
I know you need to pick up, mate. I watched your video last night. I thought, why is he not getting up in time?
That's it, mate. Yeah. Have a good one.
You can have a lot of that round.
Three gloves, huh?
4.
Would you do 3 on your gloves?
No, mate.
No,
No.
I was asking 5 before, so...
Oh, right, okay, yeah, no problem. You can only ask, can't you?
I know, yeah.
How much is your sewing machine?
$50
$50.
each way worth every single penny in it. They go for 3 figures online. You're right, love.
Oh, do they do?
Got the manual with that radio as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god. The 25 each, yeah, pal. On eBay they go for like 80 quid. Morning, Dave.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Fine, you?
Good to see you, Ken. You well?
Yeah, you. I just watched yours last year.
All right, yeah.
You started the car boots again, eh?
Yeah, yeah, late. I was late last week. Yeah, yeah. I've got a bit of a different video coming out on Tuesday because I've got a new motorbike. So I was out with the boys yesterday.
Okay.
So that's coming out at 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
Okay.
Very giddy, mate. Very good. Happy. I'm a happy man to be out on the bike. How's your winter been?
Slow.
It's very slow, isn't it?
Slow,
Yeah.
Okay, see you there.
All the best to you, Ken. What have you on that, love?
Worth good money, that one's 30 pounds. I'll take 25 on it, but worth good money on eBay then.
Have you got battery cover for it?
I have to have it, that's why I'm doing it cheaper, because if I had the battery cover, it'd be about 50 quid.
Have a good day, bud.
Same to you, mate. Thank you.
All 50p now on it. All 50 pence on it.
There you go, sir. Thank you very much.
Very much, yeah, thank you.
Have you got any control, pal?
25 now. £1 if you want them.
No worries, man.
Still selling for more than £3 anyway. You can't get hold of them. I know that. I get 300. Yeah. I mean, I do decking as well, but I'm trying to find the decking too. Don't want to sell it, never.
Right, Harry, get singing, get them all over, come on.
How much are they, mate?
Five of them. What can you do in your house? I'll find you some extras. See you in a bit then, yeah?
How much are these, pal? Have you got the charger for that?
No charger for it. I've tried to charge it through USB, you know, through your PC.
Yeah, 5 volt that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 5 volt.
How much is it?
It's not. There was no charge on it. It's a tenner, mate.
Rob, have you got any spare bags?
Yeah, there's loads of bags.
How much was your big car? Just 50 quid.
How much is your jacket?
15 quid.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
No, you're right.
It is a proper farm.
Yeah, yeah. What's your best price on it?
I won't drop 15 quid on there, I'll get more.
Yeah, yeah.
Pound.
I'll do 15, love. Thank you, lovely. Cheers.
Thank you.
How much is your little...
5, but I'll take offers.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Thank you. You're working?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. You could tell me anything, I suppose, couldn't you? It's worth taking the chance for 3 quid.
I think it is, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, I appreciate your honesty.
Dad said next week he's going to give us a converter that we can attach to the car so that if we have
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
else.
good plan. Yeah, good plan. Thank you. Have a good day. Oh no, yeah. I did look in anyway. You know,
You've got one with tools, haven't you?
You might have forgotten to take your £500 camera out of it, you don't know, do you?
Oh, again.
Just put new batteries on them.
Smashing. Here's military issue as well.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah. How much is it?
150.
That's the giveaway. That's the NATO stock number.
Ah, right. You've got spare bolts in the box.
Bolton. It's been a while since I've seen one. They're good bits of kit though. What are we up to? So 4 quid. Dennis, good to see you, my friend. You okay?
eBay and he will watch you.
Dalton, I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you, mate. I'll give you that money later.
Yeah, it works. Press the green button and it should light up.
What is it?
It's Bluetooth for your car. It goes on your visor.
Oh right, okay. Oh, that's one thing I can. How much is the cable?
Quid.
You never have enough HDMI cables.
A load of cables in there, like these.
No.
Oh, there we go. The same again, is it? Quid.
Yeah.
2, 2, 4, 5, 6. How much is that?
3 quid. Is it paired?
Pardon?
Is it paired up with your phone?
No. Well, I've not turned it on, to be honest. I'll take your word for it, though. You'll be going home at this rate soon, aren't you?
Please,
No, it's very, very cold, isn't it?
Toyota Yaris.
Oh, right, okay. Are these specific to that car?
I don't know. It's the number. Like you match up into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if it had like a... If it had the size on them as well. Do you know if the size is under the sticker?
yeah, they have this size.
No.
Is that your size?
That's your code.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what your wheel nut is if you lose it.
Oh, right, okay. Didn't think to bring me width gauge out with me today. It'd be handy if you could plug that in, wouldn't it? The heater.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm done there. I've got 9, is that right? You agree?
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Have a good day, hope it warms up for you.
Yeah.
You're going Jack, you well? Good to see you, man.
Good. You turn up late or?
Yeah, I can't believe it either. I thought I'd be on my money. It's our practice, I suppose, isn't it?
First car boot of the season, so I'm out to practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't make the mistake I made last weekend and forget my jacket. It's worse today, isn't it?
I know. I should have brought gloves because I was up here at 6 and
Yeah.
tight 6 morning. Anyways, see you later.
Keep your eyes open. I believe James is here today as well.
I saw him, but he was too busy engrossed.
Ah, yeah. When he's in the zone. Have a good one, pal. How much are they, love?
£20. I give 80 quid for them, love.
They're not cheap, that's for sure, are they?
No. Sketches are not.
How much are your cows, pal?
That one 18.
Yeah.
That one 15.
Likewise, that 15.
No bother, cheers. How much you got on those, look?
Yeah, I know they're worth at least 100 quid. I can do card payment as well.
Yeah. Do 30.
I'll do 30, yeah.
Are they the only pair you've got with you today?
Yeah, I've sold loads of pairs over the last couple of months, but mostly on Facebook.
Oh,
I
right,
sold
yeah.
Car Boot and quite a few on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've still got 60 pairs.
Let's see if I can find something else.
Those are 6s as well, those 2 pairs there.
Yeah.
£8, I've got them for.
£8.
Obviously they've been one, but they're more vintage ones.
Of course,
like
yeah.
ones.
I could probably do 5 on those.
Pardon?
Could do 5 on those.
Yeah.
Smashing. It's because you said you take car payments. I don't want to spank my budget. Oh, is that bag for sale?
It is.
How much is that?
Looking for about 40 for it.
40?
They are on sale for £60 plus on eBay. isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's in bloody good nick, is that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's never been really used. It's got a couple of tiny marks, but
Yeah.
nothing.
My word.
I'm sure you could get quite a bit more for it.
I'll
if you-
check that, because that's really quirky.
2.
Well, that is a surprise. Yeah, that is a shame, that. It's a bit, the comps are coming back quite low value.
The what?
The sold completed items on eBay are coming back at about 15 quid.
Are they?
It's really surprising, that. That's really nice.
Right. So what would you pay for it then?
I mean, at that, I'd be insulting you. I'd be looking at a £5. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right,
And I know it's worth more than that as well. You're better off sitting on it.
yeah.
At least I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, it's fair. So what have we got then? 30 time,
Yeah. It's very efficient, this, you know. Taking car payments.
I started my little cake business, you see,
Oh,
so
right,
I've done
yeah.
it for that. So it's going to come up as art, craft and cake berry, because
that's
it's just
fine,
going to...
Have a good day, love.
And you, thank you.
It's alright, it's alright. How much is it, Ricardo?
He wanted 20 quid on it.
How much is it?
Oh, love. Right, love.
How much is that one, lovely?
What, darling?
How much is that one?
Do you for £5? It's a good one.
It is, it's lovely.
It's a cracking
It's worth
coat.
a £5, is that, aye?
Yeah, well, I'm just glad to sell it now, darling. Do you want a bag, love?
No, I managed, I got my trolley. I'm all prepared today. And how much are your shoes?
Well, you know they're dear, don't you? You know they're a good shoe.
They are
You
a
can tell
good shoe,
by the-
yeah.
Will you give me 8? Because they are, I mean, you look at they're
They're a nice shoe, yeah.
they are,
yeah.
they're worth £8. Look. You go into one of those good shops and see how much they're worth. You're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
40, 50 quid and that. They're Clark's those.
Of course, yeah. And how
But I
much,
think they're worth 8 quid those.
and how much are the Clarks?
Do those for 5. And they're brand, they've never been worn those.
Would you do 3 for 15?
Yeah, go on.
Thank you, lovely.
Now, do you want a bag now?
No, still good.
Yeah, I'm just glad to
See, I'm just showing off with my trolley now, aren't I?
Yeah, of course. I'm showing off from the exhibit. Yourself? Not be 1 minute, my love.
Just 15 area, lovely. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll start with those 3.
All right, my love.
That's great, that. Thank you. Have a good day. Hope it warms up for you.
Thank you very much.
You got a good mate for that?
I got anything for it, mate. Just as it is, mate.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does work, mate. Yeah. Just, I tell you what, mate. You can have it for a quid.
It's got to be worth a quid, isn't it?
You what, mate?
It's got to be worth a quid, isn't it? Worth taking the risk for that, isn't it?
Well, risk it for a biscuit, mate.
Absolutely.
For a quid, you can't go wrong, can you?
Yeah, that's it.
Lovely,
Cheers,
mate.
my friend. Thanks.
This size 11's them.
Size 11. What you got on them?
15. £120 trainers. There's nothing wrong with them.
Did you go 10?
I can't do 10. I've already knocked them down from 18.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I'll do them for 14.
Let's see if I can find anything, go with it.
Every collar jacket, £10 each. I like leather jacket, army jacket.
How much you say, sorry, on these?
£10 each.
Do this and the trainers for 20.
No, I can't.
Yeah, no worries. You got to ask, haven't you?
Yeah, it's worth trying it.
Yeah, yeah.
You do a deal on that jacket though? Yeah. How much? 7 quid for the jacket. By itself. Saving yourself 3 quid there. 22.
22. Yeah, go on.
You want him?
Yeah, go on. We'll do it. No, yeah, that's it.
You got the 2?
I have, mate, yeah. Sounds, cheers, pal.
The trainers in there.
Sounds, cheers.
There's the jacket.
Just there, mate, yeah. Hold on that, thank you. Have a good day, boys, cheers. How much you got in your jeans, pal?
£10 each.
£10. How about your jackets? The different prices?
£10 each. Levi one's £20.
Levi's £20? Yeah. Would you do 3 for 25?
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, how you doing?
Not too bad yourself.
Yeah. They started off really slow because I got here a bit later than they should have, but
Picking up
still it now, mate. Yeah, still it.
busy, innit, for the first few we've seen our gold.
It is that high.
You happy hunting anyway?
You too, pal. You too. Yeah, I'll just take the tea then, pal. You got a bag?
I need all my bags to go home with.
Alright.
In fact, Janet's good with me.
Yeah, you're good man. Good man. At least I feel like I've got having a bit of a win then. I'll not pinch your angers.
Nah, I need them for next week.
Yeah. Cheers for
Yeah. Oh, look who it is. Hello.
How you doing? Oh, Z! How you doing, my friend?
We've been cleared out.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, we should pack up.
Yeah. I had a bit of a slow start, to be honest. A bit here later than I should have been, but I tell you what, I don't envy you standing today.
It's on my. I can barely feel my big toes. Oh
I
god.
tell you what, layers are very, very
She was smart.
important.
She wore 3 pairs of socks.
There you go. You checked the forecast, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like,
I knew it was gonna be cold, but you never think like, oh god, But yeah.
I've been meaning to bob out to your shop, just say hello and like say, because there's a couple of, it's in whereabouts?
Garstang.
Garstang.
Yeah.
Why do I think it was in
right between Lancaster and Preston. No one's ever heard of it.
For some reason I thought you were in New Longton.
Don't know where that is.
It's more Preston really. Went through Garstang yesterday. Oh, this one I've been in such a giddy mood this week because they got biked for the first time in like 18 months.
All right.
And I went out with the boys yesterday and went.
The bikers always stop at the roasting joint on the high street in Garstang.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was the excuse to get out, and then we just went for a bit of a play out. I thought it was brilliant. Oh,
It's
so
the place
giddy.
for it, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's some
for sure.
amazing scenery and the roads. The roads up here do suit it, don't they? Like,
That's
you
it,
can't-
yeah.
You can't really enjoy that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. I think you do see like a load of people on bikes sometimes, and I think there's a rally stage as well happening.
There is.
And I think they're coming to the high street on Garstang, and they park the car up because one of the rally stages goes through. So it's like
Great stuff. How's eBay doing for you?
you know what? It's not as bad as you think. What I've been trying to do is look back. Like we've got the
previous
advantage
figures
that we've actually been selling for a number of years now.
Yeah.
And I think every year I just go like, oh, it's bad.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
actually look at it and you think, actually, it's probably about where you'd expect it to be for now. Like you have it, overall, it's you have your.
I think we're really hard on eBay, but we're less. Like we're a bit more forgiving with the shop because we're like, oh, the shop has its ups and downs. It's not like peak season.
Whereas
yet,
with
it's
eBay,
fine,
you expect almost this unrealistic.
Like it's just like, why isn't it?
Like
clockwork?
You shouldn't.
Yeah, no, exactly, because they're always forever tinkering. I mean, I see a lot of people are moaning about it, but at the end of the day, it's just who would have a shop front that big? Do you know what I mean? So we can't moan about it.
It happens. It's like you look at the numbers and it happens. You are going to get ups and downs. There are different times. It's about looking at it and actually, and when I do that, I calm down.
I mean, we're about the same as what we were doing last year.
Yeah.
So
it's big picture, isn't it? It's good to look at the big picture.
It really is, and I feel a lot. Otherwise, I do panic. And I think you naturally look for patterns, don't you?
Yeah.
And you start looking for things, and you start seeing things that maybe aren't there, but they suit your narrative because you're already in the state of mind where you're like, oh, it's broken or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've been there and I've been like panicked and but I'm kind of like, no, it's actually probably what I expect. Like, we had a really great day on Friday. Saturday was like dead. Again, like but again, I'm looking. It's about where I expect it to be.
That's it. Do you know what? I kind of get a bit of a kick out of that because it keeps you on your toes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the last couple of years, December has been quite quiet, relatively speaking. But January's been much busier than it normally would be, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. But you just got to.
We're doing more things like we're doing the toy fairs now.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking into doing Comic Cons eventually. Comic Cons are going to take a while because they're like this 3-day thing, and there's like only 2 of us, so it's like we prefer to both do the Comic Cons, so we're just going to kind of probably wait until comfortable in the shop to kind of man the shop while we go do the Comic Cons and stuff.
I would imagine the cost of entry must be quite high for stuff like that.
It can be. It's about, but for 3 days, it's about depends what kind of table you get, but you're looking at between 300 to 400 quid for the 3 days.
Right,
Also, there's like local smaller Comic Cons as well. Like I know there's one in Preston, there's one in Blackpool, and it's just.
But then again,
small ones as well.
It's not that bad though, considering, because the thing is, it's like a toy fair. You can normally, like, if you do Bolton, it's like 36 quid for the table, for a 6-foot table. And if we do like Sandown, which we did like a couple of weeks ago, and Birmingham NEC, they're 60 quid a table. So if you think about it, and they're just one day, and they're not as big as a Comic Con. A Comic Con is literally heaving with your buyers. It's So that's But
it makes you do other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you think, like you say, it gives you
Absolutely,
like we've come out and we've cleared so much today, so I'm really happy.
Well, I mean, I've said this for a long time now. The people that appeared to be winning and standing on soapbox about it. I mean, obviously specifically talking about the YouTubers and that, are the people who are quite prepared to diversify and have that multiple streams of income kind of thing.
You do have to.
You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
And I think it's really nice to see like the attitudes have changed. Like, like it used to be like, for example, with social media and stuff. Like it's now. I'm glad that people are now coming into it and almost seeing I've also got to do social media as part of it. Whereas just a few years ago, it was almost frowned upon, and like it was frowned upon to do the social media stuff a little bit more. It felt like, whereas now I think people appreciate that. To be honest with you, because it's so competitive, it helps if you do have like some kind of an online presence, because even if all you do is share what you've picked up, do you know what I mean? Even if you just share like these are my pickups on Instagram or something, sometimes that can bring you a sale that you otherwise
absolutely
wouldn't have gotten or something, do you know what I mean?
Well, you guys will have found the same thing, that the opportunities that it presents, having that social media presence as well, it's worth all the effort that it goes into it. I mean, we know that YouTube doesn't pay unless you obviously just really blow up.
But it's more about like I said, it's opportunities that
absolutely,
you get from
it.
You can, like, even you don't have to have like a massive audience. Your audience can just be like relevant, and just the fact that they can help, like people share our posts or websites. That's great for us. Otherwise, who's going to know about our shop? Do you mean like? And why would you come to us over Forbidden Planet?
Absolutely,
you've got to have some kind of
USP kind of thing, and it's the personality that people are buying into as well, isn't it? No, fair play. Well, I feel like I've met some heroes today.
Pleasure,
all of this is lovely to meet you. Thank you very much. I'll make sure you're in the next one. It'll be probably out next Saturday now.
No worries. See you later.
See you later. Have a good one. How much is your chest set, pal?
£8,
£8. Just have a look at this coat.
This one?
Yeah.
I forgot all about it. I've been too busy trying to sort before me. Just wants a white. It's done the lot back.
Yeah.
Only a 5. That's a white.
It's a fiver all day, is that? I'll not take your anger.
Can you put it on the floor?
Yeah, I'll manage there, yeah. Cheers, my man. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know which ones you mean. Yeah. But it's the 15 hours because he was always kept making brews and buying brews from work. So he's gone and he's seen that. He doesn't know I've been 25. It's not big. My son's 1 and 1.
Yeah.
And he's having these sales. I think they're about 50.
Yeah, they're not cheap, that's for sure.
Perfect. Yep, thank you.
How much are you docs, pal?
40, mate.
No, go close.
Yeah, they'll always be going full.
Right, just having a look at your suit.
Oh yeah, you can. It's extra what's that? XXL. I've got the sizings of that particular branding as well if you want to.
It's a hazmat suit, isn't it?
No, it's a dry suit. It's a fire and rescue dry suit. So zip it up, put it in. You know, if it's going in water, it's, it's not really a car boot item to be honest.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Young man, need some sugar.
How you bud? Good to see you.
Oh, hang on, let me just check the comps on this. I've got to fuck, my spidey sense has got off the scale.
Doing all right there?
Yeah, I just a late start as well. See that thing behind me hung up? That's safe. It's a safe quip fire and rescue suit. Sorry, I'm being really rude here, but you know the score. How much you after for it?
250. I'll take 200, but I've got I can take it on card if I want someone.
Yeah.
Because,
it's steep for me as that.
It's just if someone's passing that.
I see. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to have the right buyer for it, haven't you?
Yeah, because it's not like a 50p car boot either.
I see. Yeah. Right, just in case you thought me and James were one of the same person, because you've never seen me in the same room with him at the same time. See, that's two legends I've met today.
How are we doing? Good to see you all.
Awesome. How are you doing, Mark?
Very well, thank you very much. Living the dream. Sun's out.
You're not vlogging today?
No, don't vlog. Not vlogging today, no.
Missing a trick, man. This is really busy. I mean, it's quiet last week, relatively speaking. But I was dead late. I only got here for about 9 o'clock.
Oh mate, it's just, for me, it's just good to get out. It's good to get in amongst it, get used to the boot sale, get used to the banter.
I got here, I think it was about 7, maybe just after.
Oh, nice.
And it was already packed.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a proper FOMO. I was coming out from the car and I saw this last trolley going back with a full, going back to a car with a full trolley and coming back again.
We came here for early doors and there's a woman coming out with 2 bags and like, as you said, 4 more. But you know, you get what you want. You come after it, and then even on your second or your third lap, you're still picking them, so it's all good.
You need to invest in one of these bad boys, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Get that already.
next level.
Yeah, some decent stuff today as well. They're picking up quite a few jackets and shoes. Is it just dead easy?
Easy to list, easy to sell, and people want jackets all year round. So
that's it. Yeah, I gave you a shout out in the last week so looking at those tweed hats.
Yeah.
Thinking, James is looking at these. I'm gonna check them out, but they turned out to be out. I don't normally do this, by the way.
No, of course we don't.
I'm normally on the other side of it.
No, it's good to be here. It's a nice day. But now you've done well, mate.
Yeah, for sure. Right, I'm going to sign off. This is James, and we'll probably beat it up in a bit for a brew and a burger.
Definitely.
Nice one. In a bit.
They're
more likely to sort of like, I don't want to say piss things away.
Yeah, no. They're right. They're looking over there.
And here. How much have you got on those, by the way?
Exactly what I wanted for it. £40. Yes, exactly what I wanted for it, and exactly what I got for it.
And how about those, sorry?
£10. Sorry.
They're still there. Oh, we do like a full trolley. Check it out. A very successful day at Bolton, it has to be said. Looking forward to hitting more than one boot sale in a day next weekend. So let's get all this home, take you through what I picked up and how much I'm looking to list it for. I'll see you in a bit. Oh my good grief, I am absolutely bursting with giddiness. I know I said this last week, but it's absolutely fantastic to be back into the season. You can really feel it's kicked off properly now. Of course, today's been a gorgeous day, albeit bitterly cold. I think we've probably benefited somewhat from sellers just wanting to go home today. There's a few glum faces out on the car park, that's for sure. Now, we are getting back to where I want to be as far as pickups are concerned from the boot sales. Total spend today was £110, and for that I picked up 16 items. So you guys know the script. I'm going to strap the GoPro to my head, take you through what I picked up and how much I'm expecting to list it for. Let's get into it. Now this is starting to look more like a boot sale spread. A decent variety of pickups, some familiar brands, some new to me brands, but all pretty reasonable value actually, apart from one fail, which I was a bit surprised about, but hey, we're all human. Let's get into it then. So the first up is this really nice 100% leather LLD. I call these like a matrix coat. That's quite a good keyword. It's quite descriptive. I know it's sort of like not from the movie because the collar's different kind of thing, but it's certainly a good descriptive, and I've sold this style of coat, leather coat, in the past on the strength of it for very strong money. This one, because of the older fashion style collar, it's not, like I say, it's not like the coats you'd see in the movie. It's just sort of like conjures up the image. Not quite as much as I've got in the past with them. In some instances, I've got over £100 for coats like this, but still in this case I'm looking at a listing value of £45. It is going to need a wipe down. I had to pay particularly close attention to this coat because, as you can see, if it's picking up on the camera, it is a bit grubby. There's no damage, there's no scuffing, there's no tears, all the buttons are present and all that kind of stuff. So physically it's in great condition, but it does need a good clean up. I don't think I'd go so far as dry cleaning it because I'm pretty confident I can clean this up myself, but £45 out of the gate, not too shabby. That's a size 12, that incidentally. One thing I do very rarely say in my videos, but I'm open to, is if ever I feature anything that anybody who's watching these videos quite likes for themselves, or they think they can get a better price than I'm prepared to sell it to them for, then feel free, get in touch. Probably the best way is hit me up on Instagram in that instance. ABL Reselling on Insta. Next, this, I've got a little bit carried away with this jacket, to be honest, because it does look quite smart, albeit quite old-fashioned. The brand is Dunn & Co., which is a well-known high street shop. This is made in England as well, which is a kind of a good keyword selling point. This is a wool cashmere blend coat. Feels a bit tweedy, although I don't think, in fact I'm not entirely sure if I could use tweed as a keyword because it just isn't. Maybe country coat or something like that. Men's size 42. Listing value on that coat, it'll be £25. I'll be perfectly honest with you, when I picked it up I was expecting it to bring back comps of greater than that, but I'm not too fussed about that compared to what I paid for it. Now this one is very much a suck it and see. This is a new brand for me. It's a ladies coat, and the brand is the British Milleraine Company, which the logo is just there. It's a wax jacket. Obviously kind of country wear, again a good keywords to be using for some. It looks really smart, and that's what kind of drew my eye to it. Now the comps on this jacket, there are a lot of comps that mention the Milleraine Co in the keyword, in the titles, in the keywords, and they're not specifically the British Milleraine Company Limited coat like this is. The ones that aren't this specific name are lower down the pecking order as far as comps are concerned. This one though is obviously the kosher item. Listing value on this coat is £40. It is quite small though at women's size 8, but it is in exceptional condition. Very, very little wear at all with it. Very familiar brand next up, the North Face. This is kind of a hiking jacket, if you will. It's got a removable fleece liner. It's a size medium. I'm going to put a listing value on this, but it's with a rider, because I've my daughter, when she saw me pick up a very, very nice North Face wind cheater that's a very similar style to this, has said, if you see one again, can you earmark it for me? It's her size. She needs to have a look at it yet. but this may well end up with my daughter. But for illustration purposes in the video, the listing value I'm going to put on this is £35 to £40. The Velcro will clean up quite nicely, and there's no major marks on it with the exception of a bit of a dirty mark on the cuff. So overall in very, very good condition. Just a point of note as well, because I've mentioned it, don't mention Velcro in your listing at all. It's just not worth it. You'll get flagged up as for Vero. Velcro are very, very strong on protecting their brand name, so just don't use Velcro. The alternative to Velcro as far as keywords and descriptions concerned is hook and loop. Next, there's one of the sellers I bought a few items from actually, and this one I'd never seen this before. I suppose it's quite old tech now, because a lot of cars have this kind of stuff built in. This is a Super Tooth Buddy, and the idea is you clip it onto your visor or somewhere in your car, and it turns your car, it's basically a Bluetooth device for your car, so you can do the hands-free accepting calls and such. It's got this nice little bag with it, it's USB connectors, it's clip and instruction manual. We're not talking massive figures on this because, like I say, it's quite old tech, and a lot of newer cars have it all built in anyway. There's certainly cheaper alternatives on the likes of Amazon as well, sort of like the ones that you tune into your car stereo. I imagine this works in much the same way, but this is a little bit more higher end. Still pay very little for it. Listing value on that is £15. Now I looked at a couple of sewing machines today, but this is a Singer Magic Tailor. The lady was very honest about it. She said absolutely no idea if it works or not, but I'm going off the condition here. It looks in pretty good condition for its age. It's an old item, so you pay your money, you take your chance, like with a lot of things at boot sales. As I mentioned in the video though, I do appreciate the lady's honesty. Again, paid very little for it, and assuming it works fine, the listing value on that is £35. A couple of HDMI cables, pretty good quality ones as well actually. I'm not going to put a listing value on these. I only paid £1 a piece for them. Stuff like this are always useful to have, but they'll be going in my bag of tricks anyway, so I'm not going to add those to the listing total for today. Always a fan of Clark's shoes. These are a brand spanking new pair of wide fit shoes, quite a plain model. I'm not sure of the model. They're a size 8.5 extra wide fit. They look like they may have been tried on and then stuck in storage. Clark shoes, always a strong seller. God only knows why. I'll be perfectly honest, because I think they're just plain, they're just boring, but hey, each to their own I suppose. Listing value on these Clark shoes though, £25. Probably the pickup of the day, and unfortunately these and the jacket behind it stink of fags. I've got a bit of a sensitive nose for stuff like that as well, so I'm looking forward to these being out the door. Obviously I'll mention that in the listing if it doesn't clean up. But these Nike Air Max 90s, UK size 10, they're actually in really, really, really good condition, with the exception of some obvious wear to the sole. There's no nasty scuffs on. In fact, if it wasn't for the sole and perhaps the insole, the wear to that, I'd say that I'd really little wear. Air Max 90s, very strong seller across the board. Did pay up a little bit for these, but I don't mind, because the listing value on them is going to be £70 to £80. And the jacket I mentioned, this is actually a brand brought in by Marks and Spencer's. This is North Coast. This is a wax jacket, needs a bit of a clean up, but it's all complete, no missing buttons, no nasty tears. The liner, I've got a shaver actually, like a fuzz gun, and this is just surface, basically detritus. So I'll give it a bit of a shave, get rid of all that, make it look pretty for the pictures. Removable colour on that, it just looks really smart. No significant value on it, but certainly a decent bread and butter kind of valuation, because I'm going to put a listing value on this of £20 to £25. I can't see that hanging around for very long. Now, the lady who sold me these shoes said they were more of a vintage pair. They're not. These are available for sale on Amazon as we speak. These are Adidas VS Hoopster. Little or no comps on eBay for them, but they're a pretty cool looking shoe. They're genuine. I checked them out. They're absolutely 100% kosher. Brand spanking new on Amazon. You're looking at a touch over £70. They don't need much in the way of cleaning up. Generally speaking, I find that the soles, that's obviously where a lot of the gunge will be visible in the pictures. Just a bit of a scrub around with a baby wipe cleans it up. I'm a stuck record as far as baby wipes are concerned. Honestly, there are in every reseller's arsenal, and they do the job, and they'll look very pretty for the pictures. Listing value on these Adidas VS Hoopster, £25. Oh, and incidentally, they're a size 6. I think it's my last but one video. I picked up an absolute rake load of military gear. Just one item of military gear today. This is a genuine army issue right angle torch. Again, no significant value, but the batteries in these just last ages. I think the D batteries that this takes. Now, you probably can't make it out on the camera, but the NATO NSN, which is a NATO stock number, is a series of 4, 2, 3 and 4 numbers. That's a surefire giveaway that it's genuine military issue. Fortunately, this had some batteries in, so we'll be able to test it. These also come with a spare bulb in the base, which the chap did tell me it was still there, and he was correct. Oh, 2 spare bulbs, in fact. What a Brucey bonus. In fact, I think there might be C batteries in there. It's not going to break the bank as far as listing value is concerned. However, £11. So still above that magic £10 resale value that I've imposed on myself this year. Now, these were, I don't want to say a fail because there's still money in them, but I did get a bit giddy about them because they feel very good quality. The brand is a country classic, an Oxford shoe, made in England, possibly even handmade. There is a bit of a scratch on the toe. Well, it's not a bit of a scratch, it's a significant scratch on the toe, one of them. But aside from that, they're in good nick. They'll clean up very nicely. Now, it's got a couple of ingredients of ringing alarm bells that these are actually worth a significant amount of money. I'm thinking in the region of the Lokes maybe and the Grensons, and there are some comps that bring a decent return, but very, very few. Not a great return on investment on these, to be fair. I paid a £5 for them, and the listing value going off the condition and comparative comps is only £15. I say only £15. Obviously, I'm still going to make some money on that, but nowhere near as much as I thought. So if you ever see County Classic, don't get as giddy as I did. Now, you guys will know that I do like a 35mm camera. This is an Olympus Trip XB401. I've sold a few, one just recently, but a few over the last couple of years of the Olympus Trips, and specifically the XB range. And it's one of the few that bring pretty reasonable money, actually. There are comps from abroad on this camera, which I never really rely on those valuations because I'm assuming that is the cost to buy from if you were to buy it from the UK, or if it was bought on GSP from the UK, and so it doesn't really give a good reflection on the true value. The last Olympus Trip XB I sold went for £38, I think, thereabouts. This one's a little bit more rare, so I'm going to stick my neck out on this and put a listing value of £45 on it. Got a branded case with it as well, such as it is. It's a bit tatty, but overall in very good condition. These are really sturdy cameras as well, so I've every suspicion that it's going to work perfectly well. Do like my Barber jackets. Barber quilted jacket, size 12. Obviously a lady's jacket. Lovely, lovely, lovely condition. The lady wasn't for budging on the price, but I don't mind paying up a bit for good quality gear, and this is exactly that. Very good condition. Checking all the fasteners, the press studs, the zips, looking for any tears, checking the armpits, the collar for excessive wear. This looks like it hasn't had, aside from the odd very minor mark that is literally coming off as I rub it, I'm not too worried about that. Listing value on this jacket, £45. Another absolutely stunning pickup was these Clark's women's shoes, brand spanking new in the box. The creasing across the toe tells me that they've been tried on, at least one of them has, but the sole tells me that they've never been worn outside, so no problem at all listing those as brand spanking new. In the box also, there's a spare pair of laces, and we've got some, in fact, I think they may well be the original laces because there are ones that are on it are kind of sparkly silver. Brand spanking new Doc Martens is something that I do not mind paying up for a bit because the return is there. UK size 6. I'm going to put a listing value of £80 on these. There are comps for purple Doc Martens shoes of around about that kind of thing, sort of like maybe around about the 60 mark, but these are particularly unusual. It's probably not picking up, but they're more of metallic purple, and if there's one thing thing I know about Doc Martens, unusual sells. And lastly, it's a bit of, I might be kind of chucking me money away on this. I only paid £1 for it. This is a Sony DVD recorder with a hard drive. Now, if this was just a DVD recorder, I would have left it be. There's no value in them. But because it's got a hard drive as well, it makes them more desirable. This came with absolutely nothing at all. No cables or no remote. It might not even work, to be fair, but for £1, if I end up chucking it in a bin, then so be it. Now, just because you see an item like this, don't just assume that it's HDMI compatible. The HDMI compatible ones are worth more. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say the ones that are just SCART, which are usually just DVD recorders, they're not worth picking up because of the weight of them for postage purposes, the fact that they're a pain in the backside to pack. I'd go so far as, unless you're happy with very minimal return on quite a bit of work, then I'd just avoid them. This is HDMI compatible. I've definitely got a figure of 8 cable. Obviously you've seen I've picked up HDMI cables, so this is going to be super easy for me to test. It's also going to be worth my while trying to source a remote. I'm going to function test it without a remote because obviously I don't want to be spending any money on it if it turns out it's knackered. So I'm going to function test it off the panel on the front. If it works all hunky-dory, I'm definitely going to put some effort into looking for a remote for it, because with no remote, the listing value is around about the £40 mark. But with a remote, and obviously I'll leave the cables that I test it with it, you're looking at £60 to £70. If I'm not much mistaken on this as well, the size of hard drive in it is 160 gig. But like I say, worst case scenario, it's completely knackered and it'll end up in the wheelie bin. Best case scenario, £60 to £70. I nearly actually missed this because I put it behind me. And the biggest item, and I forgot all about it. I've actually got one of these in stock that's still hanging around. I'm probably going to reduce the price on it. I'd pick this one up for 2 reasons. As you can tell, it's only £2.50. It's in very good condition. Inside is all the inserts for the cameras. It's pretty complete as well. This sponge is specifically for camera cases because if you can see, it's all sectioned so you can actually tear it away to fit your own equipment in it. I mean, obviously there's large pieces missing, but if they're all quite small, if you've got a decent sized camera or flash equipment or something that you need to be putting in here, there's still plenty of scope to customize this sponge. Stacks of interest on the other one I've got in stock, but it's not shifted yet. Very confident it will go. And the listing value I'm going to put on this case is £30. Now for me, this weekend has been absolutely outstanding for a lot of reasons. Yesterday I was out on the bike with some pals, which I will link that video above because honestly, it's nothing to do with reselling, but just for the sheer grin factor, it's worth a watch. So that's just set my mood for the whole weekend. I've been like Tigger. I've been bouncing. And not just a pretty decent result as far as pickups are concerned from the boot sale, but meeting 3 absolutely awesome resellers. Zahir and the lovely Beck and James of JR Reselling. I'll link both their channels in the description of this video. I really love meeting channel subscribers, especially when I can learn from them, as I did today. Righty then, totals time. Total amount spent today was £110, and for that I picked up 16 items. Now all the valuations that I've mentioned as I've been going through there, those prices will be plus postage, and of course it's a gross figure, so there's still fees to come off that and money to put aside for the tax at the end of the year. But the total gross listing value, starting to get back to figures that we're kind of used to from last year, is £571, and quite a few of those items will be pretty fast moving stock as well. Now this is one thing I definitely say in every boot sale video. If you guys have seen anything that I missed as I've been going around the boot sale today, hit me up in the comment section below. Doing these videos is a massive learning resource for me as well, and your feedback is very much appreciated. Now time to wrap it up. If you like this video, get any kind of value out of it, any kind of entertainment, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, helps me to help other resellers, and that's what I'm doing this for, really. I'm sure you lovely savvy folk already are, but if you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button and the notification bell will give you a notification of next time I post a video up. Thank you very much indeed for watching this video. I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. See you next time.